Welcome back. We're discussing the politics surrounding the entire tunnel rescue that has taken place in Uttarakhand. I want to go first and foremost to Kapeesh Srivastava, national spokesperson समाजवादी पार्टी. Kapeesh Srivastava, सवाल ये उठता है, अगर आपके पार्टी के नेता आईपी सिंह सवाल उठाते हैं कि सोमालिया या श्रीलंका 2-3 दिन में रेस्क्यू कर लेते हैं क्योंकि उनकी ज्यादा क्षमता है इस तरह की रेस्क्यू करने की, तो कहीं ना कहीं आप जितने अपने फोर्सेस हैं, पुलिस हो चाहे एनडीआरएफ हो चाहे सेना हो, जितने भी लोग वहां लगे हुए थे, माइनर्स हो, इन सबके 17 दिन के परिश्रम का कहीं ना कहीं मजाक उड़ा रहे हैं, ये सवाल उठता है.
देखिए, बहुत स्पष्ट एक चीज है कि टेक्नोलॉजीज और परिस्थितियां ये दोनों ही एक दूसरे के अगर प्रतिकूल हो तो समय भी लग सकता है, लेकिन अगर कोई एफिशिएंसी भी है तो उसके वजह से भी देरी हो सकती है. सरकार से बेहतर मदद ना मिल रही हो तो भी देरी हो सकती है. लोग लगा लेने से कोई फायदे होते हैं क्या?
कहां कमी लगी आपको सरकार की तरफ से, बताइए.
मैं आपको स्पष्ट कह रहा हूं कि देखिए, आप अभी जो 3 रेल एक साथ जो है वो 3 इंजन का टकराव हो गया था जिसमें हजारों लोगों की मौत हुई थी. कौन सी सिक्योरिटी?
उत्तराखंड टनल रेस्क्यू की बात कर रहे हैं, उसको आप क्यों रेलवे से मिला रहे हैं? उत्तराखंड टनल रेस्क्यू की स्पेसिफिक बात हो रही है, उस पर बताइए कहां कमी रही सरकार की आपकी नजर में?
मैं एक तो संगत तथ्य आपके सामने प्रस्तुत कर रहा हूं. ये तो टेक्निकल टीम ही बता सकती है. हम लोग तो सिर्फ इतना बता सकते हैं कि सरकार तो पूरी तरीके से उस समय चुनाव में व्यस्त थी, और अगर विशेष ध्यान इस पर रहा होता तो निश्चित रूप से जिस तरीके से आज परिणाम हासिल हुआ है ये हम कुछ दिन पहले ही प्राप्त कर लिए.
अनुजा कपूर, रिस्पॉन्ड टू दैट. ही सेज दैट सरकार पूरी तरह चुनाव में व्यस्त थी, और अगर चुनाव में व्यस्त नहीं रहती तो शायद हो सकता है कि रेस्क्यू और पहले हुआ होता. इट्स हाइपोथेटिकल क्वेश्चन, बट प्लीज आंसर दैट.
It's very sad to see a Bharatiya sitting in front of me rather than thanking the Prime Minister of India, who is not a BJP president of India. I don't know how do you speak and how guts do you have. You are no more Bharatiya. That is the problem. And that is why you're speaking in such a language which can hurt 140 crore people. They are Bharatiyas and they were standing and they were praying on the grounds. It was not Hindu and Muslim, and it was not parties. So this is where it belongs. That is why there is a problem with the opposition party. If this rescue team would have done it in 4 days, in 10 days, they still would have had the problem, and they still would have asked and questioned Modi ji. I am very sorry to put it forward that they forget their own times and they forget how this whole thing, Modi ji's PM office,
Okay.
they have stayed in the caravan, in the containers for 5 to 6
Kapil
days.
Pradhan, respond to that. You're forgetting not just your own time in government, but also it's nothing but an attempt to undermine the Prime Minister, and that's why you would find fault even if it was done 4 days earlier, says the BJP spokesperson. How do you respond to that? Because at the end of the day, the kind of complaints that we are seeing, that there was campaigning going on, that technology from Germany, Britain, Australia should have been brought in. The world's best experts were there in tunneling. Why do we forget that, Kapil? Please unmute yourself and speak.
Yes, I'm so sorry. So, Madhav, I would like to, begin by applauding and thanking those, workers who were tirelessly working day and night there and who could ensure this, heroic thing happened. But to do a politics over it, but to take a credit over it, I think, this is something that needs to be avoided. This is a time where, precious life have been saved, and to do politics over it, either for claiming or either, for calling, that, things could have, done better. I think this is not the time, where that kind of politics should happen. But yes, all I will say here is the fact remains, yes, 41 people are out, but at the same time, we must also not forget that there should be an investigation, a detailed investigation, whether there was any kind of lapses that resulted that situation at the first instance or not. But yes, this is not the time for that investigation. But at the same time, we should not forget.
So do you condemn Mr. Kapeesh Srivastava's party leader, Mr. IP Singh, who made politics about this issue, or even started the political debate? There was even Mr. Rahul Gandhi who made certain comments. Today, Mr. Pramod Tiwari has made certain comments. You condemn those leaders outright?
No, Madhav, I will simply say here at this point in time is that this is not, it is also a hallmark of Modi government that if they do anything, this is you are duty bound. You are there in a political office. You are in charge for the country. So you have a responsibility towards the nation. And to fulfill your responsibility, if you're expecting that every time, people will... put posters of thank you Modi ji. We saw
Vinay Singh, the taking claim is wrong and laying blame is also wrong. That's what Kapil Madan says. It's just the job of the government. Do it and move on.
Madhav, if you want to criticize, you can criticize anything. You can criticize everything. But let's talk about this particular issue. Madhav, Prime Minister Modi leadership has been marked by moments of both success, resilience amid challenges. And all these have collectively, made his image. And one notable aspect I will say that about his approach in his engagement, either they are defense personnel, sportsmen, ISRO scientists, or the recent you can say he was interacting with the laborers. Whether the nation celebrates a victory or the nation celebrates a setback, PM Modi's willingness to meet or call these individuals reflect a leader invested in the national spirit. And Madhav, I am sure you will agree that such interactions not only acknowledge their efforts, but also boost the morale of these key contributors to the country's success and resilience. And you can mock if you want to do it, but this exceptional, I will say, display of Modi's commitment to indigenous
Well, I will just say this, Binay, sorry I have to interrupt you, but you're
And
completely
this
out of time, Binay
means
Singh.
that has
The point that many will make is this. The point is that should some things be above politics? At the end of the day, 41 Indians were stuck. They were rescued. The world's best experts and best minds in tunneling were brought in. The nation's resources from across the length and breadth of the country were brought in, and they were finally rescued. That's what should matter. That's what all Indians should be proud of. And whether such politics is even required at this point of time, whether it is our elections that is forcing our politicians to behave in this manner, is also a question that many citizens would be wondering about. For the moment, we'll have to leave it there. Anuja Kapoor, Binay Singh, Kapil Madan and Kapeesh Srivastava, thanks so much for joining us on Nation Wants to Know.